Nearly 1,000 people are believed to be victims of a 5-year moving scam, and there could be more. WMAR 2 News' Mallory Safaste tells us how these move. Nearly 1,000 people are believed to be victims of this 5-year moving scam, and there could be more. WMAR 2 News' Mallory Safaste tells us how these moving companies would get more money out of you and how you can avoid these tactics, because if it matters to you, it's a matter for Mallory.
There are the obvious red flags: negative reviews, poor customer service, inflated prices. The company checked out, so Jim Crook hired them.
I hired Flagship Van Lines to move us from Arizona to Noblesville, Indiana. They quoted me $3,900. I called them 3 different times to verify everything was included.
They came to his house, loaded everything on the truck, then
they raised the price to $6,400.
We've heard this complaint before from dozens of people who hired Flagship Van Lines, and the 13 other moving companies we discovered were related. And this week, an indictment charging 12 people with this moving scam details just how egregious their business practices were.
Unified Van Lines.
The moving companies are accused of agreeing to a binding estimate, loading the customer's household goods, then say they took up more space. They would knowingly overcharge customers several hundred more cubic feet, in one case 1,000. That's an additional $4,500.
Make sure that if it's a large move, someone enters your home, gives you a guaranteed cost on the move. There's no loopholes involved there. It's a flat rate for the move. That's it.
Know your rights. Mark Zimicelli with Unified Moving Services says binding estimates are binding. According to the U.S. Department of Transportation regulations, a binding estimate can only change if you and the mover agree in writing to convert the binding estimate to a non-binding estimate before your goods are loaded. The companies would also use rental trucks instead of branded vehicles. They created fake reviews to entice customers and lied about how many years they were in business. One of the companies, authorized by the DOT in 2017, advertised they just celebrated their 20th anniversary.
All right, here are some other tips for you. Don't pay in cash, of course, only credit card. And there should not be a large deposit. Payment is due upon delivery. Make sure the mover has insurance and a valid local address and is licensed. We know that even though the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration would revoke the various companies' operating licenses, they still continued to move people. You can click with us online at WMAR2news.com all day long for updates on top stories and breaking news. Also for news and weather while you're out there on the go, you can download the WMAR2 app in the App Store. You can watch live radar and get breaking news sent right to your phone. Thanks for watching.